All right, thank you for that, Sam. We are over here at the account manager's desk, and it looks like we have a new job applicant, Mr. Ron Burgundy himself. Looks like he's applying to a registered nurse PACU position at St. Charles Medical Center. Good news for him, this job is indeed open. So let's go ahead and see if he's got what he needs to be submit to this open need. We're going to generate this presentation here. We've got some magic going on, and boom! We have a profile now. We're going to go ahead and verify this information and make sure that everything is a-okay and up to date so we can submit. Looks like, again, his name, Ron Burgundy. He's available September 5th. And the shift that he is applying to is a day's position, which is pretty nice because most shifts are usually nights for travel nurses. Let's check these sales notes now. All right, we got a lot of certifications listed out here. I like that. But one thing I don't like is that we do not have a shift preference listed. We want to make sure that he does indeed want a day's position because it would be terrible if he wanted nights or even mids. So we'll have to get with the recruiter on that. On that same subject as well, it looks like we are lacking some interview availability times. These are pretty important because we want to make sure that Ron will be available to take a call from the facility for an interview. We wouldn't want a missed interview now. Let's go and check this requested time off. And whew, that's a lot of time off that he wants to take. I wish I could take that much time off, but I can't. Usually for 13-week contracts, we can get away with 5 days off. However, anything else, we're gonna have to really negotiate a little bit. So we'll have to get back with the recruiter on that as well and see if anything can be negotiated here. But let's move on to his profile. All right, again, Ron Burgundy. We have a phone number, we have a permanent address, and it's perfect that there's no P.O. box because we can't use those. We have an email and then a social security number. Don't worry, we have the rest of it blurred out. Only the last four are showing because we aren't crazy. Now let's move on and verify these certifications. So it looks like we're missing a couple that are listed in the sales notes, and two of them are indeed expired. Looks like they expired back in June. So we're gonna have to double check with our recruiter on this and verify that he really has renewed his BLS and ACLS, some pretty important certifications. Let's move on. We have some education listed here. Good. Pulled two references. I like to see that. And let's look into this work history now. Looks like he's currently working at Palomar Hospital as of July of this year, but we don't have a brief description of duties. These duties are pretty important. We want to make sure that Ron knows how to do his job and has done it before. So we're going to have to get back with the recruiter and have him fill out these needs. Let's move on now to Three Crosses Regional Hospital. And this is what I like to see. We have a lot of information here, which is what the facility would love to view. But I do see one issue here. It looks like he ended this assignment back in May and started his next one back in July. Last I checked, June does indeed exist. So we're going to have to get with the recruiter on this to verify if he was still working at Three Crosses, if he was working sooner at Palomar, or if he was just taking some time off. Our clients do not like to see gaps in work history or any overlaps, so we'll have to check back on this. But let's go ahead and move on now to the skills checklist. All right, perfect. We have a PACU skills checklist, which is great, and it was done pretty recently too, so we can definitely use this one. Let's check these scores. Ooh, yeah, sorry, buddy. We can't submit anything this low. Usually 2.8 is the minimum we try to strive for here at Host, and so we're gonna have to have our traveler Ron retake the skills checklist and hopefully get a better score. We can't submit it with this, so unfortunately, our buddy here, Ron, is going to have to be thrown into pending docs. I know, scary, but hopefully our trusty recruiter will be able to get back to us in a timely manner before this job closes so we can get him subbed to this need.
Sometime later.
Breaking news, everyone! Ron Burgundy has made it back to our desk. He is no longer in the dreaded pending documents stage and is now in the documents uploaded stage. Thank you very much to our recruiter who made the necessary updates to his candidate profile. Now we can go ahead and generate a new presentation and make a new profile to submit to the need. Let's just verify now that the job is indeed still open. And Well, folks, it looks like this job is now closed, so unfortunately, we cannot submit Ron to this need. We're gonna go ahead and try to find a redirect for our recruiter, so that way he can be submit to that one. And thankfully we have these updates in the profile, so that way next time, while the job is open, we'll be able to sub it. I've been Alana, and back to you, Sam.